Fellas, what's happening, everybody? Hope you're doing good. I'm doing great. Thank you very much for stepping by. I was just about to leave, but I remembered you because I love you. I say, okay, you know what? I can't leave you like this, okay? I know a lot of you come to us every single day, twice a day, to watch our videos, and I appreciate you coming, so I'm not going to let you down. Today I feel kind of tired, but I needed to speak to you, so let's go. Now, in Mali, the government of Mali has suspended issuance of new artisanal mining permits to foreign nationals. Egypt has countered a proposal done by Donald Trump, while Rwanda is asking money from the UK. They say the UK owe them about 63 million rand and they need to pay that money back. Now, in Mali, the government of Mali has suspended issuance of new artisanal mining permits to foreign nationals. What is that? They're not going to give artisanal mining permits to foreign nationals. Why are they doing this? Because too many accidents have happened. Now, let me remind you here. You get many types of mining. You get industrial mining with big companies, big trucks and big engines. You know those ones? Those big cars. Look at the tire of this car. Look at the size of this tire. This is major. Okay, these are big companies mining. Now you also get what you call artisanal mining. Okay, it's very low scale. It's individual sometimes trying to make money for themselves. Now Mali has been issuing permits for even artisanal mining and sometimes to foreigners. Now recently something really bad happened. At least 43 people were unalive in an informal gold mine collapse in Mali in February 15, so it's a couple of days ago. The majority of victims unfortunately were women. The collapse occurred in Kaya region in Mali. The woman had been scratching for gold in its open pit area left by industrial miners. The collapse occurred at an abandoned site that was previously operated by a Chinese company. So this happens a lot, when a Chinese company or something like that will come, they will mine, then leave officially. They leave officially, but unofficially they come back. Why do they leave officially? They leave officially so they don't have to pay the taxes. But then they come back or they have girlfriends, you know what I mean? Then they make babies. Then they say they're going to stay for the girlfriends. But they're going to make money. They go back to the mining. And this is not the first time because in January 29, 13 people also were unalive in a tunnel where the digging in flooded. A shaft collapsed and it took more than 70 people. So the government said enough is enough. We're not going to do this anymore. We're not going to allow this anymore. Now, this is very similar to what happens in South Africa when some illegal miners go underground going to mine. Now, it's a very complex situation. We're probably going to talk about it some other time. But this is what it is about Mali. Mali has been doing great for itself. They stopped Barrick Gold, this company, from looting them. They actually arrested the CEO, put him in jail, and some of the workers. Why? Because they were not paying tax. You're mining gold from one of the richest countries in the world in terms of gold, but you're not paying tax. So what they did, they arrested them, put them in jail until they paid $250 million. That is when they liberated those people, But initially they wanted to fight Mali. They took them to court, international court. Mali didn't budge. They were like, you can do whatever you want. Not in our land. You're not taking our gold for free. We're going to teach you a lesson. Trust me, the lesson was taught. They learned. Now they say they're not going to issue any more permits to these small companies, to Chinese and all these other people. No more. Only industrial until the country is stable. Is this good news or not? Let me know how you feel about this. Will this perhaps be difficult for the peasants or the normal people that are trying to make a living through this gold? Or should they be channeled into big companies and maybe ask those big companies to hire them by force so they can make a living? Let me know how you feel about that. And now we're going to Egypt. Here's Egypt. Okay, why are we talking about Egypt today? I know we're not talking about Egypt very much. Now, Egypt has done something very, very interesting. Egypt has countered a proposal done by Donald Trump.
Concerning the issue of displacing the Palestinians, I want to stress to the Egyptian people that we will never accept or allow any infringement on our national security.
What proposal was that? Trump offered to take people from Gaza away from Gaza so he can come and rebuild Gaza for the same people. He called it the new Riviera in the world. He promised it to be one of the most beautiful places in the world. Let me repeat myself. You know where Gaza is, right? You know what these people have been through the most. Pain and difficulties. Trump is suggesting to send them to different countries whilst him and his company rebuild Gaza. Now, Egypt say no. Why? Because Trump wants people of Gaza to go in Egypt and Jordan. There are 2 million people living in Gaza. Egypt said no. There is absolutely no way I am accepting anybody in my country. Why would you take people away from their home, ask them to go to another country so you can come into their country and fix the country? Why would a foreigner come into my land, get me out of my land, send me to a foreign country so he can rebuild my land, then maybe bring me back to my land? Why would you do that to me? Because I already know you don't love me.
والله الرئيس الأمريكي أنا بالنسبة لي وجهة نظري بهات من قلة الموت. غزة لا هي عقار ولا هي بيت عبارة عن بيت ولا شقق ولا عماير استثمار. غزة هاشم احنا من يوم الدين عايشين فيها. فهذا كلامه على الفاضي. احنا عايشين وصمدين بإذن الله.
So why would you do that? Unless you have other intentions. Or maybe you're planning not to get me back into my home anymore. And I think Egypt and Jordan saw that. So they said, no, we're not allowing this. Sorry, Mr. Trump, with all due respect. But no, we have our own plan. We can rebuild Gaza while keeping Gazans in Gaza. How about that?
Egypt has always worked in cooperation with our brothers in Palestine towards forming an administrative commission from professional, independent Palestinian technocrats to take the reins of affairs of power in the Gaza Strip. This commission will be responsible for overseeing the relief aid, also for a permanent and interim period of time to pave the way for the return of the Palestinian Authority to administer Gaza.
So there was a major meeting happening about that in Cairo, where many countries were invited, Northern African countries. Look at these Northern African countries. Now, some countries did not go. Algeria refused to go. Tunisia refused to go. Why? Because Morocco was there. So, what's happening between Algeria and Morocco? They don't get along. Why don't they get along? Because of this country here, Western Sahara. How is that about? Because Western Sahara was colonized by the Spanish. Then it was claimed by Morocco. Then the people of Western Sahara did not want to be part of Morocco. And Algerians are sponsoring the people of Sahara, a rebellion group, to fight against Moroccans. That's why they don't get along. They are not good friends. Now, media in Morocco are accusing Algeria of being good friend with Iran. Okay? Morocco and these other Arab countries had a meeting with the brand new Syrian government. And in that meeting, they did not invite Algeria. Now, do you see the common points? The Syrian new government doesn't get along with Iran. Morocco accuses Algeria of being good friend with Iran. Morocco and Algeria don't get along. That's what it is. Is this a good move from Egypt? I want you to tell me how you feel about that. The Jordan king told Trump, I'm not going to accept any Palestinians in my country, but I can take in about 2,000 kids living with cancer. That's what I can do.
And we're going to have some interesting discussions today. I think one of the things that we can do right away is take 2,000 children that are either cancer children or in a very ill state to Jordan as quickly as possible, and then wait for, I think, the Egyptians to present their plan on how we can work with the president to work on the Gaza challenges.
What do you think are the real intention of Donald Trump about that land? Is he maybe trying to prepare that land for somebody else? Let me know how you feel about that. Rwanda! Well, Rwanda's asking money from the UK. They said the UK owe them about 63 million rand and they need to pay that money back. Now, this happens after the UK cut aid to Rwanda. What kind of aid? The United Kingdom and Rwanda have a very good relationship. At least they've had a very good relationship. Now, recently, the UK cut aid from Rwanda because the UK accuses Rwanda of backing the rebels in the Congo. The UK accuses Rwanda of backing the rebels in Congo. The UK accuses Rwanda. Okay, now, because of that, they say we are not sending you money anymore. But then rewind. Rwanda and the UK had a contract. What contract did they have? It was an immigration contract. That contract literally says if anybody coming from a shithole country into the UK, we're going to send them back to Rwanda. Okay, they didn't say shithole country, but yeah, you get it. So anybody coming from Africa or any other country coming to the UK as an illegal immigrant will be sent to Rwanda where his query will be processed. Then they will decide whether they're going to see him in the UK or not. This plan initially was presented to the Ghanaians. The UK went to Ghana saying we would like to bring people here. All these immigrants that come here from Africa, can we bring them here for you to look after? We're going to pay you money. Well, Ghana said no, we are not interested. Then they went to Kenya. Say, oh, Kenya, would you like to do this for us? We give you money. You just take all these Africans. Kenya said, no, well, this is not in our policies. We're not interested. They went to Rwanda. They offered Rwanda about $200 million to do that. Rwanda said, okay, well, give us the money. They took the money. Were they right or wrong? Well, who's going to say no to the money? They took the money. At the end of the day, that deal did not go through because it was a brand new government in the UK. Now, brand new government in the UK canceled the deal. However, Rwanda say they are not intending to return the money they had already received from the UK. I mean, you already give the money. Like, what do you expect? Rwanda built houses and apartments to receive all these migrants from Nigeria, and Cameroon. And okay, let me stop. To receive all these people in Rwanda. Now, you need to give the money back. They say they are not willing to give the money back. Now, Rwanda is reminding the UK that you still owe us $63 million. Please send it to us. Are they right to say that? Is a deal a deal? Let me know how you feel about this. Mali will no longer issue license to informal mining. Not interesting because many people are being unalive. They need to protect the people. You either come big or you don't come at all. Egypt will find a solution for people in Gaza. They don't want Donald Trump plan because they feel like this plan looks dodgy. Okay, something is not right here. Is that a good move or not? Rwanda is asking for $63 million coming from the UK. They say, be serious. Act in a way that you always preach everybody. Be faithful to your word. Are they right to ask for this money? Let me know how you feel about this, fellas. It's always a great pleasure. God bless.